Hello, this is Carolina. She's a squash coach from Brazil.
Hello, and this is Philip. He's a squash coach from the UK. And together we're going to talk about 5 things to consider before restarting squash.
Carolina, why don't you tell the viewers what we're going to be talking about?
Okay, number 1, have a plan. Number 2, heat up properly. Number 3, solo practice. Number 4, pair drills. And number 5, competitive games. Philip, why don't you start with number 1, have a plan?
Okay, let's get started. National associations and individual facilities have got their own guidelines for what you can and can't do, and the first part of your plan should be to read about those. What is it that your national association is recommending you do? What is it that the club says that you can and can't do? For example, I know that some clubs, when they reopen, they will only be allowing solo practice. That's great. You'll need to check whether 2 people can do solo practice, but we'll talk about that in a few moments. Find out what the guidelines are for where you live and play, and that's the first part of the plan. The second part of the plan is to listen to the rest of this video, listen to the rest of the advice that Carolina and myself will give you, and then choose what is suitable for your situation. The chances are the first few sessions should be solo practice, but if you want to go into number 4, which is drills routines, you can do that. That's fine, as long as your facility allows that to happen. So make a list. Don't get to the facility where you play and have no idea what you're going to do, because that will be a waste of time. You might have a little bit of fun, but you won't use the session effectively, and that's really important. That's the same as all plans. Know what you're going to do beforehand, because you will do a better job of maximizing your training session.
In my opinion, this is the most important advice we could give you. I can't say how exactly was your period of quarantine, but most of people were at home, not being able to play squash, running, or doing any other intense workout. So keep in mind, you probably are not in your best shape, and this can increase the risk of injuries. Before getting in the court, be sure you heat up properly. It's been almost 4 months since you have played. Take a good time to prepare your body and mind for the training session. Warming up is also a good way to maximize your performance because it increases the blood flow in the muscles. You can start by warming up your muscles and increase your heart rate a little bit. After this, you can do exercise to activate the muscles and finish by more intense exercise. After that, you're ready to go.
Regular viewers to my channel will know that I am always talking about solo practice. It is one of the best ways that you can improve. Now, not a lot of people do it, partly because they don't know what they should be doing, and partly because they consider it a little bit boring. And I understand that. However, restarting squash after a long break, solo practice is the best way to start, because it means that you're less likely to get injured. It gives you a chance to get your timing back, a little bit of your movement, without being in a situation where you're trying to win, because trying to win and trying to improve are often separate ideas. So there's plenty of videos on my channel. Well, when I say plenty, at least 5 on my channel, and I'm sure Carolina has some things that you can do when you're on court. My videos generally are 12 minutes long. It's a routine that you can do for 12 minutes. And I do that on purpose because if you have a 40-minute court, you could do 3 individual different types of training sessions. What's important though is that you practice the things that you need to improve, not the things that you're good at. I see a lot of people doing figure of 8s or butterflies because it looks impressive and they're good at it. And then when I see them do something else, they're not so good. They should be spending more time on the things that they're not so good at. And that's specifically true with solo practice. And there's plenty of different things you can do on court, plenty of different things to keep you occupied, have a target, hit a certain number of shots with no mistakes, plenty of ideas. So see solo practice as a great way to improve and a nice way to start playing again after a long break. Now, Carolina is going to be talking about number 4, pairs drills, and also number 5, competitive games.
As Philip said, be aware about your association guidelines. Here in Brazil, we are only allowed to play in different quarters of the court. For example, one stays in the front and the other one stays in the back. One stays on the left and the other one stays on the right. Is that what we wanted? No, but there are plenty of drills we can still do. Drive and drop, cross court and boast, lob drive and drop. As you haven't played for a long time, that's the moment to practice all the types of shots. Get back your affinity with the racket and improve your body control to restore playing for good. Competitive games. Now it's time to play, but you don't need to start with a 5-game match. You can start with competitive drills, such as corridor. That's a match where you can only play drive, drop, volley in one side of the court. After that, you can play at 21. It's a match with 3 people on the court, each one plays a point until 21. As you feel comfortable, you can go on. Play a single game, see how you feel. Are you too tired? Do your muscles hurt? It's super important to listen to your body. Take it easy, rest more than 9 seconds for the first time. And it's a process. If you follow these 5 tips, I'm sure you're gonna be able to play a full match soon. And that's it. It was my first English video on the YouTube. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I would like to say a huge thanks to Coach Philip. It was an awesome collab video. If you like it, tell me in the comments and we're doing some more. Don't forget to subscribe. Here I talk about squash and other kinds of sports, and see ya!